What are you making today, Miss Martha? I'm making Russian tea. It's that time of year. The kids are back in schools, and that means that the pharmacies have the little banners out front saying, come in and get your flu shot, get your shingle shot, get your pneumonia shot, get your COVID shot, blah, blah, blah. You do what your doctor advises you to do. However, listen to Miss Martha when it comes to boosting your immunity, because I've been making this since the 1960s. This is an upgraded recipe of it, but my mother swore by Russian tea. Back in the 1960s, it was simply 2 jars of the Lipton instant tea mix and 1 container of Tang, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and you mix that all together, and you stored it in a little Tupperware, kept it up in the pantry over the stove there, and because it was before you had microwaves. But you heat up a little cup of water on the stove, you pour it in a mug, and you add 2 to 3 tablespoons of the Russian tea mix, stir it all together till it dissolves, and just sip on that. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you felt a little titch of, oh, I think I'm coming down with a sore throat, or oh, I got a little headache, maybe I got a little fever, I feel a little hot, you know. If you thought you were coming down with the flu, you went in there, you started taking that Russian tea right away. And either if you did get sick, it maybe only lasted 1 day. You don't want to drug out like these people today that when they get sick. And now I know we've got different kinds of flus now in the year 2023s than we had back in the 1960s, but a cold is still a cold, and a flu is still a flu. And lots of times all you really have is just the flu. And what you need to fight that is Russian tea. So let's show you how we're going to make that up here. All the proportions and the ingredients, as always, are listed in my Miss Martha Digital Cookbook page over at YouTube. So we're just going to run through what the items are. And I got all these items today at Wegmans because it's one of the only places I can find that still has Tang for sale. So let's start off by showing you I've got a lower sugar content than what I used to make in the 1960s. And I also have some more immunity boost and health items into the tea mix here. So let's get through it. This is the Southern Sweet Tea Mix, which is using stevia, so that really cuts down on the sugar content. And instead of using sugar, I'm using stevia leaf. Also, I have a peach tea, a peach lemonade, a regular lemonade, Tang, lots of Tang, lots of Tang. And here's our spices: cinnamon, cloves, ginger, nutmeg, turmeric, allspice. Here are our health boost items. We've got collagen powder, which is lemon flavored. We've got electrolytes, orange flavored, and electrolyte peach mango flavored. All of these items are dry powder, and I don't have a mixing bowl big enough to put all this in, so I'll have to use my stock pots over here. Mix everything together well, and then we're going to proportion it all out into the little serving container here, because I like to give to all of our families and friends and business associates, because we don't want to get sick and we don't want them sick either. So I'll package them up and keep cutesy, and I got these little Google Eye little stickers we'll put on it with a little a note that I always, when you give something to somebody, you never know who's allergic to what, so I always have to include the ingredients when you give it to people. Now, here's a second tip besides using a big stock pot to mix it in. It's powder. It's going to go everywhere, so you're probably going to want to wear your little mask, and I'm going to put my dogs in the other room when I do mix it up, because I don't want them sitting there breathing it, because it's going to look like it's a it's a chemical lab in here. It's going to be like a fog, because the powder's going to go everywhere. So I'm not going to let the video run through all that. I'll go ahead and stop it now. But all the ingredients will be listed under the description and the transcript of the video if you want to check for any allergies that you may have to it. Once again, if you start feeling like you got a little titch of the flu or cold coming on, it won't even hurt. Now, if you're going to take your COVID test, take your COVID test. Because, you know, this isn't going to cure COVID. I never said it was going to cure the flu or the cold or the COVID. I said it's going to make your symptoms less and disappear, or so that you could tolerate them better. It's going to boost your immunity so you won't catch it in the first place. I guarantee that part of it, though, because I swear by that, because we did take it and not get sick. Or also compulsive hand washes, so that kind of, and we also had Lysol spray all over the house, so that kind of helps too. God bless you, and thank you for watching. Stay healthy.